What I want to talk about today is what makes match grade in a barrel. There's a lot of aftermarket Glock barrels out there, varying wildly in prices from under $100 to $300 or more. This is a nice one sent to us by L2D Combat. Beautiful barrel. Threaded, of course, with a thread protector that has plenty of traction points on it to make it easy to get that off and on. Look how tight that lockup is. There is no wriggle room at all. See how that pops in and out of its spot? Let's compare that with some other aftermarket barrels. Kind of glides into place, doesn't it? A little bit of wriggle, just a tiny bit. And look at those edges. How and where it fits. Alright, we'll change our Glock factory barrel. Kind of slides in. A bit more play. This is a well-worn barrel. But once again, look at the edges. And how it's mating up there. And so this is another aftermarket barrel. It has a little more pop than the factory and the other two. Still a little bit of wriggle room. And you can see those lines aren't quite as tight. Let's take a look at why that is. A magazine has a flat edge to stand these on. I came to notice that the geometry of that locking surface is a little different. You might see the factory barrel has almost a ramp developed here. This one a wee bit, this one as well. But the L2D Combat is a solid step. That step also looks a bit steeper. And that got me wondering. So I thought, why not measure it? What else might be different on these barrels? Looking down underneath, the steps looked a little bit different. Now, I'm no gun designer, but I do have a theory on this. So let's get our calipers out and we'll take a look. You might be wondering why, if this is a barrel review or comparison, we're not out shooting. And well, when it comes to accuracy, though, a barrel will make a difference with a precise shot at a long range. These are for a Glock 19. Right, these are for a carry or maybe a competition gun. Is it really going to make that big of a difference that far out? Or at defensive range? Possibly. But what I've found is generally any barrel shoots better than most shooters do. So I want to look at what's just going to give you the basic mechanical difference that I can measure and show to you on YouTube. Otherwise, if you want to talk about accuracy, almost any shooter can make any gun look good or bad. So if we take our 4 barrels here and the caliper at 0, we measure how tall that step is. Factory barrel, .23 millimeters. Brand X. Have that good and flush. 2.20 millimeters. Brand Y. Get that good and flush. 2.38 millimeters. Our L2D barrel. Make sure that's flush. 2.49. Now another difference that you can get in an aftermarket barrel is that feed ramp being polished. The smoother that feed ramp is, the more assured you are that your round is going to feed in reliably. We have an excellent polish on the L2D Combat. Brand Y. It's smoother, but certainly not polished. Brand X They did a great job making the barrel pretty, but the feed ramp not particularly polished, just machined. And our Glock factory barrel is quite smooth. In fact, I'd say it's slicker than X and Y. But the most polish is now on the L2D Combat barrel. Is feed ramp length. How inviting to the cartridge is the barrel. So if I push the barrel all the way back and down, see the space between it and the magazine? This is the factory barrel. Go to our brand X barrel. The gap's even bigger. This is also our aftermarket barrel that did a great job polishing the visual, but not the feed ramp. Brand Y barrel. It's a little bit closer. And our L2D Combat barrel sits right up on there. There is almost no chance that round isn't going in. Like how easy that was. Did it with my finger. Now something else I want to show you that makes a difference in barrel is how well is the case supported. Now all four of these rounds came out of the same box and same lot of our Freedom Munitions Super Match. If you've watched our ammo videos, you know it's incredibly precise ammo. Some of the best off-the-counter match ammo you can get. So we know these casings, which are all new, should fit properly. Look how deep in the round goes in each chamber and how well supported it is. Now when I first saw that on this one, paying attention to it, I thought, oh no, something must be wrong. And I tried a couple other rounds, but you know what? That's how it fits. This is not supported back here. That's a great opportunity for a case to blow out. You also might notice, and this is an angle, the L2D fits right up to the step where the extractor needs to fit. That is a fully supported cartridge. So not only do we have it feeding best up the polished ramp, but getting full support, which means the casing is going to expand properly and the combustion is going to happen as fully as it needs to. Here we have our same four barrels in the same order: Factory, X, Y, and L2D Combat. And something that I noticed immediately with this barrel that you don't see very often on handguns, although on rifles everyone makes a big stink about it, and that is this target crowning. See the recession there? That crowning helps prolong the life of the rifling and attributes a little bit to accuracy. We do not see that on the other three barrels. There you go. From that angle you can see the rifle or the crowning more clearly. Another one is chamber fit. I'm going to take the same round and we'll fit it in all four barrels. So if I drop it in there, what kind of wriggle room do I have? Wee bit. That can help with reliability. It can also hurt accuracy. We drop it into brand X barrel and it's snug. But remember, it's also not going in all the way. Brand Y. Quite a bit more play. And our L2D barrel. There's just a touch of movement. And that movement helps with reliability once the chamber gets dirty. But overall, a better fit. This is not biased, folks. Can't bias this. This isn't us shooting this barrel well and the other barrel's not as well, or one barrel better than the other, others worse than the others. This is all just straight science and measurement. This is what makes the difference between a match barrel like this from L2D Combat and other barrels. Now that's not to say there's anything wrong with these two. This is just better. And this is also why you're going to find that a barrel like this costs you a bit more. But you are getting what you pay for. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching GB Guns. And if you watched this far, you appreciate our format and what we're doing, or maybe you're waiting to make that really angry comment. Either way, click the big griffin up here to subscribe. The link over here to show you a related video based on what you just watched, or down here is the playlist relevant to this video. Once again, we appreciate your feedback, your comments. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and we'll see you in the next video.